Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. I have a different setup here. This is actually my basement and my makeup area. I haven't filmed down here in a minute, but this was like the original like background wall I had planned when I first brought all my makeup down here 3 years ago when Bella was born. Because I used to have a makeup room upstairs and that became Bella's room. So I have been moving things around so much that I'm trying to see if this new setup will work. I think it looks okay. So what I'm trying to do is a little chit chat, get ready with me. It's been a minute. I actually curled my hair this morning. I did like one of those, it's the bedhead deep waver. So I'm going to do a makeup look, which I think it's really interesting. So I was looking at the reels and I saw somebody use this filter and it like completely changed the way their face looked. It was look like they had lip fillers, nose job, all that. And I was like, oh my god, it really looks crazy. So I'm gonna try to do before and after with the reel and with makeup and see. Okay. And now I'm going to take one of me with this because I never used the filter before. I mean, no offense, but I've been always kind of anti-filter because as a makeup artist, I always tell my students, like, you don't want filters on your pictures, you just want really good lighting and a little bit of maybe photo editing, but filters kind of changes the makeup. So I found this one called Doll Face. I'm like, this is so intense. So I'm going to do one with a doll face. And this is what it looks like. Can you see me? Very simple. This is before, this is after. So let's see, I have limited time because my son is sleeping upstairs. I'm starting with by moisturizing my face with Laura Mercier. Man, I haven't done a tutorial in a minute, so I'm a little rusty. And I moved everything around down here. So if you're wondering like why I'm like confused, it's because the setup is pretty much compressed. So what I did differently is in the basement is my makeup area, but I moved everything back this way and I created on the other half, I put a curtain dividing it. I created Bella's play area because her play area used to be inside the living room and it was just chaos and it was just too many toys to pick up every single day. So we moved like new storage down here for our toys as well as the old cube storage we had. And then we have this little tent for her. And then my husband on the other half of this part, he has his little work from home chair and desk when he works remote from home. So it's a little tight, but it's very functional. And I kind of like this more colorful backdrop. I think I'm gonna have to move things over for balance because it's like a lot of stuff on this side and nothing like right here. Like I need to put, but this is my perfumes right here, so I'm gonna move this over. And I think what I'm gonna do is put this R right here. And then I'm gonna put this lipstick, these MAC lipsticks, which I've had forever. Don't use them, it's like just display. Yeah, so I like with the new year, I was like, I'm gonna move a lot of stuff around. That was my goal. Let's see, I'm gonna put some like blurring primer because I feel like that is gonna give me the look of, you know, the very blurred Instagram filter. Blur stick. Okay, I'll do this one. So I'll just put this over. So yeah, my goal was to really like maximize my space because my house is teeny tiny. It was built in 1945. When we moved in, it was one of my husband's family's properties. And we pretty much just like tried to renovate it on its own. We put a lot of money into this house just redoing, you know, the basics. Like we had to put heat in the house. There wasn't heat. We had to put new windows, redo the floors, got the kitchen and bathrooms, added a bathroom and a bedroom in the basement, finished the basement, like so many things. But we didn't add space, you know. So I just try to make the best of it. And another reason why we move things around too is because, well, one, my mom, she stays with us on the regular. as you guys know. She's from Florida, but she comes every like 6 weeks to stay with the kids for a couple weeks to help me, because I'm always with them. You know, even though I have my job, I'm primarily at home with them. So she helps me, and she also obviously wants to see the kids. So she's been kind of complaining that we need more space, which we know, and our goal is in the next year to build a house, God willing. But we're just taking advantage of all of this space now, especially with this new baby. I had to move things around. Baby is 5 months old now. So what we did upstairs was Bella's room used to have his crib in it because our friend gave us her extra crib. So we put the crib in it. And then my mom's room is actually the baby's room. So there's a full-size bed in it. And we used to have the changing table in it. But we switched the changing table and the crib. So the changing table is in Bella's room and the crib is in my mom's room. So it's more of his room because he has all of his drawer space and his clothes and diapers in there. And then the crib, the changing table in Bella's room takes up way less space. So now she has a lot more floor space to play with, which is also very good too. So she's not putting all her stuff in the living room. And we got her this really cute little mat from my aunt, like one of those foam mats that's decorative, so it's like play friendly. And we just kind of like, I moved some of her extra stuff down here, so she has a lot more space in her room, space to grow. Like when we take that changing table out, we can put something else in there, because she only has a twin trundle bed, so she has space. And then, like I said, the baby's in my mom's room because she's not here most of the time, so I have his crib in there. So I've been like letting him sleep in that room by himself. And then technically we have the master bedroom downstairs in the new room we created. But it's been tricky because Bella still doesn't sleep through the night. And if she usually wakes up and if you're not there, she has like a fit, like she cries and she's like freaking out. And I'm going to start by putting this Nars medium dark. It's like a tinted glow booster. And I'll put that on first. But yeah, so the reason I stay upstairs is because we never really sleep train Bella. She sleeps in her own room in her own bed, but she's notorious for coming out and finding you in the middle of the night, and she screams like a banshee, and she has a meltdown if she can't find you. So we're working on that. Kind of hope she outgrows it because she's 3 now, but I don't know. So what we're doing is we're training baby boy from the beginning. This is like the new parenting for child number 2. This is Nars Sheer Glow, and the shade is Syracuse. I think this is a teeny bit dark for me right now because this is my summer color, but I'm wearing a high neck shirt, so you can't really tell. So I'm applying this with like a stiff or a dense foundation brush, so I really get a lot of coverage. Because you know me, I'm actually, for my makeup preference, I love a medium dewy coverage. I think that's my go-to look, but because we're doing an Instagram filter, I'm doing a little more. That blur stick underneath made this foundation glide on super smooth. I'm gonna put on this golden beige concealer from Born This Way, classic. I'm gonna really try to lift and create like that sculpted look. Okay. And then we're going to snatch the nose and snatch the cheeks. Put on a really pretty rosy blush. So what else has been going on? I have been renovating as well at my makeup studio, IMA. So you guys know we have the Makeup Academy, me and my business partner. So what we decided to do was transform the space. So we sold a lot of the old stuff. And then we got a bunch of new stuff, in the hopes that, you know, we can like make more space as well. So it's got classroom space as well as like makeup station space, but we want to try to maybe open that space up for like makeup booth rentals, because our students have asked us to do that for several years. And also that will bring in more revenue because, you know, with this pandemic, it's still negatively affecting our business and our capacity. So you have to pivot, as everybody says. Pivot, pivot, pivot. So we've been doing that, and I finally started teaching classes again. I was out for a long time because of maternity leave and the holidays. So I'm back teaching weekend classes. I used to teach evening classes, but now I'm teaching weekend classes because it seems like that's what people want, is a weekend class. So this is on top Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer in 2W. Oh, another thing, I need reading glasses, so I'm super blind already, like I'm super nearsighted. I'm putting this on top because I feel like the other one wasn't light enough. So like I noticed my vision was blurring, and I was like, what the heck? Like it's been happening for a few months, and then like I was like, I think I just need, I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I think I just need reading glasses, and I just went to the eye doctor in December, which is so annoying, and my prescription went up slightly like it always does because I'm blind. And at that time my reading glasses wasn't an issue because it kind of came and gone, but now I'm having issues seeing my phone and like packaging on makeup. So I actually just bought some reading glasses from Amazon, like a 6-pack, and that seems to help. I don't use them all the time, but I have them just in case I really need to see something. So I keep some in my purse, some in my living room, some in my work bag. So we will see how that goes. Next time I go back to the eye doctor, I'm going to ask her to look at that. But I just went, so I'm just going to make do because it's not awful, but it's definitely a little bit blurry. Alright, this was the Fenty Beauty Truffle Matchstick. See, I have to kind of like hold the product back now to see it. So crazy. If I wore glasses, I would probably have to get bifocals. That's what people use, but I wear contacts because my prescription is so strong that regular glasses look crazy. Like they're way too thick even when I get them compressed. If anyone knows about that. My husband's so lucky because he doesn't need glasses and he's older than I am. But I've always needed glasses ever since I was little. Okay, so we're just snatching this forehead in. I picked this contour stick because it's a little darker and a little cooler than my concealer that I usually use from Too Faced. So it really kind of gives more shape. And I'm blending this in and letting the concealer sit, because when you let it sit, it kind of gets tackier and it like leaves more of a full coverage impact. Okay, so let's see. With the eyes, I'm going to take the same concealer. The eyes are very simple. It was just like a little bronzer on the eye. So I'm just going to use the concealer as a base. The key to this look, like I said, is to get a real snatched nose, cheekbones, and then a really full overdrawn lip. Okay, I think we can blend out. Yeah, this concealer stuck a little bit more. Do you see how it's a lot more lighter now? So, Bella has transitioned into doing school from 3 half days a week to 5 half days a week because at the start of the new year, they had one student move away and one student's going to move away. And when I entered her into preschool, this was the only program I could find her, because I don't know if you know this, if you have kids or not, but like it's really hard to get kids into preschool and childcare with the pandemic. It's like understaffed, and this is the only program I could find her. Was a part-time half-day program, and then the 3-day was the only one left. There's 3-day and the 5-day. So when I signed her up, I was like, it's probably a good thing because Bella's never been to school or daycare before. I had been looking at this program actually before the pandemic started and putting her in when she was like 2, but obviously that changed things. So I'm happy that she's in the 5-day program now because it gives me a little bit more time to get stuff done around the house. I still have the newborn, or he's not a newborn now, he's 5 months. I still have the baby, but it's easier to do 1 versus 2. So like right now he's sleeping. I don't hear him crying at least. So ideally I want to put him also in daycare when he's maybe 1. It depends. Me and my husband have been kind of weighing this because I'm considering going back to corporate. I was in corporate America for 11 years and then I left to do makeup full time. And then I ended up going with IMA, becoming a part of that business, buying into it and becoming a partner. But now, because the pandemic has been so crazy, I don't know. I just feel like we have things we need to take care of as a family which includes we want to build our house. I want to put both of the kids in full-time daycare / preschool. So like the preschool for next year for Bella at 4K, because it's like more, I guess, more work, it's more expensive. And we're hoping we can kind of get into this lottery system here in Atlanta, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I don't know, we've been kind of like trying to figure that out. And my husband, he moved to a new job in the summer of last year and he really likes it, but he took a pay cut to get like a title increase. So he might be leaving that job, trying to find a pay raise. So we're just trying to figure it out. It's just reality, you know. Trying to make our ends meet. Like I said, being with the pandemic, it really, really hurt my personal business finances because the makeup school suffered with, you know, we're a school where you touch faces and you're doing makeup on people. So obviously it's going to take a hit with a pandemic. So that's that. I'm going to pause a second and move to my brows because I don't have a lot of eyeshadow that needs to be done. So what I usually like to do with my brows, I think I left my brow wax upstairs. So instead I'm just going to take this Got To Be styling gel and use that to feather my brows up. I haven't gotten my brows microbladed now. It's been it's definitely been like 2 years. Yeah. So you're supposed to get it touched up. I think it's at least every 6 months or a year. I don't know, but I could tell my brows are fading. Like they look kind of like a grayish black now, but before they were more of a brunette. So my goal is when I'm done breastfeeding, when the baby's 1, to get them redone. Because you can't, that's a problem, you can't get your brows microbladed when you're either pregnant or breastfeeding. 5-month baby update in a little bit, because Trey turned 5 months recently, in the last week. So I try to at least do monthly updates. I was so much on top of it with Bella and her, like, the pregnancy updates and the baby updates, but I guess that's what happens when you have more than one kid. You are spread a little thinner. I've been trying to figure out when I'm gonna go on my diet, my bounce back diet, because like with Bella, I went around my diet around this time in January, and I went on keto, but I'm exclusively breastfeeding, and I'm only pumping when I go to work, which is on the weekends. So I don't want my milk supply to drop. So that's the thing that's kind of like slowing me down. Because what I did with Bella is I did keto and I also counted my calories. And I know, like, even the way he eats now, sometimes I find I have to eat and drink more because he empties me out and I have to regenerate the milk supply. This pencil, this angle brush was not good. It was not strong enough. Okay, I try to grab some brush cleaner, my Perion Spirit, but I'm just gonna cheat and just conceal my brows to make them sharper, so I don't have to go through all of that trying to get the right angle brush and the right amount of product, because it is not working out for me today. So I'm taking my concealers I use on my face. I'm just like cleaning up around my brows and sharpening them up. Okay. Don't worry, I am going to fix this brow contour because I realize it's a little harsh looking. But I usually fix that when I set my face with powder. Okay, I feel like the brows are alright. They're not, I don't know. I feel like I need some more like hair-like strokes in the front. So what I'm going to do is take that pomade one more time. And I'm going to push my brows up. Not the pomade, the Got To Be styling gel. And I'm going to push them up again, just to make them spikier This is why I wish I had my brow gel. I mean my brow wax. I use the one from Patrick Ta. I haven't really like touched my brows, to be honest, so they're a little long. But I like that because then I can use it to kind of get that fluffy brow look. Alright, so for the eyes, I'm just going to take like a brown and go over the darker concealer. So I'm just going to take like this brown right here from this, mix it with this one from this Naked Heat mini palette. So like I said, this look is super simple. And then I'm going to set my brow bone with this creamy color right here, the lighter shade. See, it's a minute since I've done a tutorial because I'm holding this product so far back. Okay. And then I'm going to do a wing liner and a lash. I feel like the lash actually wasn't really huge that they use. Oh, I'm gonna just grab this. So I'm gonna use like a moderate lash. But I need the wing liner because it's gonna make my eyes more almondy looking and extended. This is kind of actually my typical look with eyeshadow. I don't really do a lot anymore. I just put bronzer. Definitely the generation of skin makeup versus eye makeup in my opinion. You still see people doing like complex eyeshadows tutorials, but not as much. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I'm just going to take a brown and just softly kind of detail it down here just to kind of make my eyes look bigger, following that cat eye in the top liner. And I know that we've kind of like gotten to this whole like huge lash trend, but that will just never be me. I just can't do it. Maybe because I'm too old, maybe because I'm a professional makeup artist. It's just not it for me. I have some students who like do the huge lashes just because that's what they like. And I'm like, that's fine, that's your style, whatever, but not on clients unless they ask you for that, because it's just, I don't really feel like it does anything for the eye except make your eye look crazy. Am I being too harsh? I mean, I just feel like it's too much. But to each his own. If you want to wear it, I'm not going to prevent you from wearing it. I just think that it's just too much for me. Okay, so what else is going on? Just trying to get through this pandemic. Bella's school was shut down for like a whole week because somebody had a case of COVID. And I was like, ah! So now I'm going to, let's set it a little bit. So I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Setting Powder just to kind of continue to give a glow. And I'm just going to go under here. It's got light reflecting properties in this powder, so it definitely gives that kind of filtered blurred effect. And I'm applying it to my highlight, and then I'm applying it to the bridge right here. And then I'm using this powder to diffuse a nose contour. See that? And then I'm going to, for the rest of the face, take my Laura Mercier translucent powder really quickly. Actually, let me go in with my cream blush. I'm going to take a pretty cream blush from Pixie, and I'm going to use this kind of heavily to get that rouge look on the Instagram filter. I think my baby's awake, I hear him. You're going, yeah, a little heavier. And then I'm going to tap that out to blend it. I wouldn't do a pink blush with this look. I would probably do peach. That's like my go-to. But we're trying to get the look. Okay. And then I'm going to lightly set everything with powder. Now that I want to get rid of all the wet stuff on my face, I set it with a translucent powder. And then I'm going to kind of finish that face with some more powder contours. The powder contour will bring back some definition and some snatch that got blended away. So we're kind of coming back in here into the nose. I'm coming in with a teeny bit more contour on my cheekbones. Well, not a teeny bit, a good amount, because I really want to do this like snatch. Ooh, that's got a little bit clumpy there. That's why you have to set your face with a translucent before you come in with any more powders, because it's hard to blend. And then the lip, this is the important part. Okay, so what we want to do is definitely create the illusion of a fuller lip. So I'm going to go in with some brown lip liners. I'm going to start with a darker brown, and then I'm going to go in with a lighter brown. And go like straight like the Angelina Jolie lip. And then I'm going to draw above. I'm not overdrawing this part because we're kind of keeping the pouty look, but it's mainly the tops. And I kind of go right underneath. And then for the side, follow the line. Okay, and then my trick is to go in with another brown, but a lighter brown. That one was Urban Decay Conspiracy. This is NYX New Truffle. And then we go over it and help to blend out that dark brown. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a pink. Liquid lipstick is my go-to pink. It's Creme Brulee from Alcone. The filter didn't really change my lip color, it was still pink. Pop. And I try to blend it into the brown so it like kind of all smushes together. And then I'm going to go back in with the lighter brown pencil and then just kind of clean up the edges. This is the Patrick Cha Glow Mist, Major Glow Dewy Milk Mist. And just kind of melt everything together. Well, a lot. I'm using a lot. Okay. So this is the filtered look. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty. Definitely snatched. Big lips, snatched. I definitely feel like an Instagrammer with this look. So what do you guys think? You like it or nah? Too much or just right? So thanks for chatting with me and catching up with me. I will keep you posted. I have a 5-month baby boy update, and then I also have I'm gonna do a newborn favorites because he's at a newborn phase, and like I always love to share my favorites, and it's on Amazon, easy peasy. So that is it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, Bellas.